We just talked to you about your favorite games to play, which you said FPSs, which started with Half-Life. What are some of your interests outside of streaming?
Hmm. I mean, I would probably say food and hiking.
Food and
That's
hiking.
probably pretty much it.
Wait,
Uh,
wait, do you cook
I mean, I
food?
wouldn't say I try to.
Mm,
Sometimes time doesn't allow it, but budget cuts. So been mostly doing rice.
budget
That's fine.
cuts.
Hiking. Hiking has been a thing for me for a while. It's been a while for me since I went hiking, actually. But there's other things also, like going to the gym every morning, almost every morning, anyways.
Oh, nice.
What else?
That's always good to be
Yeah.
healthy.
Yep. It's also part of the mental health upkeep. It's
Yeah.
physical health and mental health.
Would Would you ever do cooking content?
Maybe. I
Maybe.
mean, I with the with the workbench setup, maybe I can get like a hot plate or something, but it's probably not gonna happen.
You should consider it.
Just because I have a shared kitchen. But yeah,
Oh, that's
maybe
always difficult too. Yeah.
in the far future or something. Something that's
Chava,
more stable.
Chava thinks we should do a cooking collab. Maybe you should do a cooking collab with Chava. He can teach you how to make Mexican food. We've done tacos.
Man,
Maybe you guys can have a taco off.
the most I've ever done was for taco wise is buy the pre-seasoned meat from the grocery store.
Mm,
That's pretty much it, taco
mm.
wise.
Yeah, we could do
But
Mexican
yeah,
food. Chava's always open to doing cooking collabs. He loves making food. And yeah,
hmm
okay.
I'll consider it.
What is like your go-to? Like you need to impress somebody. You have to cook for them. What would you cook?
Oof, Japanese curry.
Japanese curry. Ooh.
Yeah, it's on the simple side, but at the same time, plating is certainly a task.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you make fun forms out of the rice. So, yeah, make it
Mm.
colorful depending on what vegetables you use. Mm,
Chava's in. He says you can teach him how to make that.
nice.
All right, you have a good night, Soon Muse. Thank you for bringing your community over. I appreciate it. So,
Good night, Tro.
mm,
Wait,
okay. Let me ask you this. Do you have any advice for any aspiring streamers? Like if there's somebody in the chat that's thinking about streaming, what advice would you give them?
definitely don't come for the money. Um, do what I. So for me, it's essentially finding what the reasons I chose was self development, um, being creative. What's the other thing? The tech is cool, so it's my part of my interest. And then staving off, the vocal cord atrophy. Um, that those are probably the bigger reasons. Money would be nice because of the current situation I'm in, but it's not my main reason to stream.
Mm,
The community's cool though.
nice.
Not gonna lie.
Now, what advice would you give somebody that wanted to be a VTuber?
I mean, if you so Micoverse, of course, is a good way to start off. I did start off with making my own Unreal project with the spaghetti code and everything, but then eventually Micoverse came up and it became actually pretty good. Actually, I would say. I do. I kind of want to do my own project at some point for just for the sake of doing it and then having more high fidelity stuff. But Micoverse is a good platform. You can use, I think it was any models that work in VR chat will work in Micoverse. So what was it called? Some virtual character creator. I forgot what it's called, but the MetaHuman I have actually took a lot of work to get it even like this. I was lucky that the armor I bought here worked, so don't do MetaHuman. Unless you actually know what you're doing or you can commission someone to do it. And even then, my face barely works. Sometimes it gets serial killer looks. But yeah, I have it saved. Hold on. There's just software that you can just Vroid. You can use Vroid to make your own character. Upload it to look up the guides for Vroid, and then use it in Micoverse. You can use this world if you have access to Micoverse already. Create a persistent session with a background like this, depending on your use case. Yeah. Use the same. Have the software lineup of like XR Animator and BC Face. You don't really need Leap Motion to do hand tracking. I just prefer it because it looks better. There's webcam tracking you can use. It's okay. Yeah. You can do whole body tracking with the webcam solution. It's not perfect, to be clear.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. All right. I will open it up to the chat. Chat, Gatos, Raiders, everybody. Do you have any questions for North Star? Type them in the chat now. Questions for North Star. Wake up, Wokage. Type them in the chat now. I will give you a question while they do that. If you could have a superpower, what superpower would you have?
Teleportation, for sure.
Teleportation.
But not like oof. But the question is, would it be like what is it? The boys teleportation for Huey, where if I teleport, I get naked. That'd be funny. Yeah.
That'd be awkward.
I think I would get teleportation no matter what. Even if I get naked every time.
Yeah, because if they're coming for you, you could just teleport away.
Exactly.
Okay.
Get some beard, facial hair going on, and then shave it. Yeah.
Nightcrawler teleportation, says Chava.
I don't remember what the Nightcrawler teleportation
That
was.
one
You
was
can
kind of. That was limited range, right?
It's still a good ability.
All right, the cat dude. You have a good night. You have a good night. Okay. Gatos, questions in the chat. Raiders, questions in the chat. Let me ask you another question. If you could travel anywhere with unlimited funds, where would you travel to?
Are we talking unlimited funds for the flight or for just overall?
Like the whole trip. The whole trip. Flight, expenses, food. That you can only go to one location.
Probably the UK. Just because, like, from California to UK, that's a huge flight. And expensive. And if I can get first class on a flight, oh man, I'm not sure if you've seen those first class videos.
So luxurious.
Or even, the luxury for those flights. That's a vacation in itself. Definitely UK, if a long flight, non-stop, first class. And then, just explore the UK. Get a chauffeur.
Nice. Nice.
I've already been to Japan, Korea, Thailand, not Thailand, Taiwan. So it's not much to explore
Oh, out of those,
that
which
way.
one would you recommend for
Japan, for
Japan?
sure. It's just there's a lot of culture left over there in Japan. Yes.
Mm.
Let's see. And the overall see in South Korea, I got food poisoning, so
Oh. Oof.
maybe I have to do a run back in Korea someday. But
Mm.
and then with unlimited funds, probably the UK.
Okay, Chava wants to know if you've ever crossed the border and come to Baja to hike, Hudson Lagoon, or San Pedro Martir Observatory.
Observatory.
Have you been south of the border?
No, actually, yeah, no. I don't think I. It honestly sounds very warm. I dislike the heat, so it's most likely that I probably won't. But who knows? My part of my bucket list is probably an all-inclusive resort in Cancun or something. That's
Mm-hmm.
probably as far as I would go. But
Yeah, we have an
I dislike the
observatory to
heat.
south. If you like the desert, Mexico has one of the coolest deserts on earth.
Well, I've heard.
Okay. Okay. Um, if you hate the head of Mexico, is very not much for you. It's mild weather, but to get there, you need to cross the desert. Yep. Hates the heat. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got those. Any other questions for this maker before we let him go? And where we let go and say bye to YouTube? Mm, that comes after we say bye to YouTube. Chava. um, you have any plans for or any new model updates for the Beacoverse or anything coming down the line they can expect?
I definitely got to get a professional to look at this model that I had made.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, see, what the part of the commission that I made that I asked for with the model was to make the guy look Asian, East Asian, but then it looks more South Asian. So it doesn't have anything like what I have right now. So I'm like, this guy is kind of sucks. So I'm gonna get it fixed, but I'm gonna have to wait until I have some funds. Also, the metahuman skeleton doesn't work.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be a
Well,
while. It's gonna be a while.
you know, friend of the show, Boom, is always a good resource. Also,
Mhm.
Boom has offered to pay for some commissions, or Beppo has offered to pay for some commissions. So you work out the details, maybe they can help you out. Mild
Mm.
wants to know your favorite drink.
Water.
Water.
Hydro
Namori's,
homie.
Namori may have missed it, but how did you come up with your model?
Uh, I mean, everything was space based. So pretty much when I first not generated, but when I first thought of my username, I sort of just went from there. So this model in particular is just stuff from Unreal Marketplace. So you might be able to actually find it.
Mm-hmm.
Which it has some customizations, but not a lot.
And then Chava asks, might have already been answered. What pushed you into this kind of tech, like 3D VTubing? And
It was so metahumans is cool. I like the detail of metahuman. When I first did streams with my metahuman in a Unreal project, the quality was absolutely fantastic. Now these days, the same animations for metahumans in the projects don't work with VRMs. So detail here is a little bit lacking, but it's probably mostly because I suck. But overall, it was cool tech. I wasn't shy of running two desktops if I really had to.
Yeah, but what pushed you in the direction of this tech? Like,
To,
how
to,
did you?
to like 3D,
Yeah, 3D and 3D VTubing.
just the quality, or do you mean like in VTubing in general?
Yeah, in general.
Privacy reasons, but also partly tech. Looking at like of course Hana and Miko, interactions are pretty cool. Can't really have those interactions with standard flesh tuber stuff.
And Namori says, I take it you like space then.
Yeah. Not Elon Musk's space, but yeah, space. I movies like The Martian, Interstellar are my jam, but nothing like Star Trek or Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I think the limit is pretty much StarCraft, space style.
Mm. Okay. Trying to get Beppo in the frame. Okay. And then, what's your favorite kind of real and sci-fi spaceship? I'm assuming you're a sci-fi fan, says Beppo.
Mm. Ever I've haven't been paying attention to ships until I had to make my own, so I wouldn't have an idea. Nothing really comes to mind, really. That's why I have such a creative ship that I had made. So I didn't make it, but I had commissioned rather.
Mm-hmm.
That that is completely unrealistic ship, I'm sure. But yeah, if I had paid attention to ships, I don't think I would have had a creative spaceship idea, which is the shape of a water bear. And I don't have time to make my own ship yet, so eventually.
Okay. Do you like to play with new tech? Asked Chawa.
Oh, definitely. That's why I'm surrounded by so much tech. I had the privilege and honor of growing up with tech, so I have the the money and the proudness to get into tech. Not into like levels of this AI stupid art bunny rabbit AI stuff, but somewhat sensible stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Being an early adopter of resin printing, somewhat early adopter of VR, um, having a fancy laptop. It's part of my privilege, and of course, I make use of it. And which is why I have the ability to V2.
Yep. Okay, and Beppo asks, Water Bear spaceship?
So the spaceship that I have, I think it's on my profile banner.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did have it. That's inspired by the shape of a water bear.
Oh, yeah.
This is the logo we're looking at.
Yeah, I'll turn to look at it. I'll get us out of the way in just a second here. Okay.
Yep. So it's supposed to be a tardigrade called water bear because it's part of the lore of the North Star, proper North Star. But the ship itself is supposed to look like a water bear. It was actually fun collaborating with the person I commissioned the artwork for. Whether or not I get it made in Unreal is another thing.
Mm.
So this is just the logo we're looking at. But on my banner for my Twitch, I believe it should be the water bear. The research vessel water bear. Oh, it's just the eyes, isn't it? Well, the intro usually has the ships, the ship floating.
All right, and then Chava asked, do you think we will see other planet colonization within our lifetime?
Hmm. I wouldn't be the expert on it, but I don't think. Well, in my lifetime, maybe, but loosely.
Loosely.
But like younger generations, probably. Oh wait, no, no, Moon is not a planet, right? Uh, you know what? Yeah, actually, we might see some sort of colonization. What was it from the Martian? The moment you plant a plant on a planet, it's considered colonization or whatever. Yeah, probably.
Like then,
Plant a single potato plant, easy.
I don't know, man. We could have another civilization land on us, expose us to new technologies, so that we just catapult forward. Who knows? Who knows? Star Trek
If
universe is very much possible.
if it's a friendly,
Assuming it's friendly, yep.
yeah.
Alright. Alright. I think we'll say bye to YouTube. And then we'll do the and then we'll go on from there. So alright, Gatos and Raiders, you know what to do. Let's get the bye YouTubes in chat. Bye YouTubes. Alright, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I will list North Star's social at the bottom. It's good having you here. Bye, YouTube. Stream and